Welcome to the Landco podcast, where we aim to bring value to landowners and prospective land buyers through our experiences and network. I'm your host and managing partner of Landco, John O'Reilly. Hey guys, welcome back to the Landco podcast, the year-round whitetail hunter. It is now July. We are filming the episode for June. So again, with Matt and Ryan, let's just jump into it, man. We haven't gone over much. June was busy for a lot of things. I think in the deer world, it was relatively quiet, but why don't you guys kind of give us a rundown, Matt? What was a couple of biggest things that you had to deal with throughout June?
Sure. Just kind of a little bit of a continuation of May and kind of prepping for the rest of the summer. We've been keeping our food plots mowed down that we're going to plant in August. We'll get those worked up here in July, sprayed and worked up so that we're ready to plant in August. But for the most part, just keeping them mowed down and maintained so that it's not such a hassle for us and Ryan to take care of when August rolls around. Right, Ryan? Want to make it easy for you.
Is there such a thing?
So again, you keep those clean just so when when are you going to put those in? End of August, early September?
I like to go for like mid to late August, just so we can try and catch hopefully some decent rains towards the end of the month and into September. And I like to keep them mowed down just so we get some some decent food in there for the deer. Late spring into early summer, and then we can just kill them off quick and get them worked up.
Yep. Okay. I started with that because I know that's different than what Ryan is going through, because you're mostly green plots on that farm, whereas Ryan, he has green plots, but he's also doing a lot of grain. So your food plot kind of situation probably a little different, Pudic?
Yeah, we obviously got all the production crops in, had some hurdles still to come there, had some replant to do, and then all our corn food plots are fine, were fine, and continue to be good. But our beans, thinking back into June, I went back in and actually re-drilled into the existing bean plots because of some emergence problems. So I wanted to thicken those plots up. So we went in and actually no-tilled into the existing beans that I had planted earlier. And then been doing a lot of the maintaining of plots that are going to go in August. I like to try to target August 15th to start getting some of those plots in. By August 20th, we're definitely putting them in by August 20th, typically, if the weather allows.
Yeah.
But then, I do have quite a few acres of Roundup Ready alfalfa, so we've been spraying those, spraying the beans. As most people know, if you're in the farming industry, you know that we ran into an issue of dicamba beans. They withdrew that spray, so we've been dealing with some water hemp and mare's tail and things like that we've been trying to keep out of our plots. So next year, I don't know what we'll do with beans. If we're going to have to switch to something different, that different chemical mixture. Some of these beans are getting Roundup resistant, or some of the weeds that are coming into bean fields are becoming Roundup resistant. So we have to figure that out for next year. But no, basically just in June, we've been maintaining our trails and paths, clearing back where need be. Every few years we have to clear some of those back, and mowing the field edges and things like that.
Yeah. Did you also, like you're spraying, do you have to spray your corn again? Or is that tall enough that it kind of choked the weeds out?
Yeah, in June we also sprayed our corn, correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you ever spray at the same time of year? Do you ever put on like a second? We might have lost Pudic. There he is. Do you ever put on like a second round of like a liquid nitrogen fertilizer?
Well, I did, and I'll never do it again.
Really? I'm glad I asked you, because I'm thinking about doing it to the wetland of the corn. It was or the corn in the wetland. It was pretty, until yesterday's like giant downpour. We hadn't got much rain, so I was going to maybe boost it. But how come you don't like it?
So I put on some liquid nitrogen. It's called a crop booster.
Yeah.
And just to give it, it was on our wetland corn.
Okay.
That I fled. Mm-hmm. And myself and two other agronomists cannot figure out what happened. We smoked it, we killed it.
No way.
So I had to go in and retill all of it up, refertilized, and was able to get some 76-day corn to go back in there. I just planted it 2 weeks ago.
Oh no.
Because whatever we sprayed on it absolutely killed it. And we don't know if possibly the corn that I had planted earlier was mislabeled and was not Roundup. Because I also had some Roundup mixed in with that.
Okay.
And we don't know if it was conventional corn that got mislabeled on the bag. But anyway, long story short is I killed all of my duck corn. So we're good. We're in good shape now. I mean, it's a foot tall already. So we're
okay. This has nothing to do with whitetail, but are your wetlands underwater right now?
No, because we've got all of ours tiled.
Oh, that's right.
So all of our wetlands are. I've already looked at them today, and we are in great shape. Now we didn't get as much rain. We only had 2.5 inches here.
Okay. I think Canton got 4.5, and I'm too scared to go look at my farm.
No, we're good. I mean, around the blinds and the pits, there's some water sitting right there, but those areas were all planted with buckwheat millet. So
yeah. Okay. Burkle's used that, and he's like a big advocate of that liquid nitrogen. He said it works awesome, but
he's the one that told me.
Oh, he is?
He used it, yeah. So I got a jug of it if you want it.
Yeah, I might try it on like one patch just to see the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're spraying corn, all that stuff. I know you guys both got into the trail cameras a little bit. We're probably a touch early, but you guys start organizing and doing all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I'd love to get mine on. Some guys love to get theirs out July 1st.
Yeah.
But by July 15th, I want to have at least a dozen out. I bought a whole new system this year, so I'm kind of learning as I'm going with them. So I wanted to get them out early so I can work through all the hurdles. And so far, they're absolutely unbelievable.
I know we've chatted a bit about that, but that's kind of relevant and kind of cool. So what'd you find? You guys went to the Cuddyback Link?
I went to the Cuddy Link system, the cell-based cameras, or the cell-based home camera. So all of the cameras, the only one that's cell-based is your home unit. And then all the auxiliary cameras
link to it.
Link to that, and then they all I made a new Gmail account. Mm-hmm. So all the pictures come to that dedicated account. So you're not having them text to you, your phone buzzing 24 hours a day.
Right.
Right now I've got it set up so all the pictures are coming back every 12 hours, and then I will change that once we get into the season, and change it to where every 4 hours my pictures are coming in. So, for instance, you're on a morning hunt, and you got a buck that you're targeting on a particular farm. You're hunting that morning 4 hours after the last transmission of those pictures.
Yeah.
You'll be able to, that morning you saw where he was going into bed. Mm-hmm. 4 hours from that last transmission, you'll know where he's bedded, and you can go set up on it.
Yeah. Is that so it doesn't email them like instantly?
Not instantly, no. I don't have it set up that way.
It's 4 hours as quick as you. Is that the fastest they'll do it? Is that
I don't know. I don't know that. I can't answer that. I just know that 4 hours. I saw the 4 hour setting, and I thought that'd be perfect. I'm sure that there's a way to do it instantaneously. I'm not aware of it as of yet. Huh. Like I said, this is all new to me. So
Yeah, there's a good Facebook group that's just full of hundreds of people who use the Cuddy Link system and have gone through all the trials and tribulations of it. And they can bring any questions. So I'll send you the group invite for that.
Awesome.
How many cameras?
So far, it's been. I mean, I hate to say it, but the odds are getting stacked in our favor with all this.
That's what you want. How many cameras can you link to the one cell camera?
It used to be 16 up until, I think, was it last fall, Matt? Or sometime after last fall, they upped it to 24.
It's been recently. I know that they've upped it, but
I know you can do 16
it's
to
pretty great.
Days, and I believe they bumped that now to 24.
Okay. Huh. I'm gonna have to grab a few of those. How much did you say those were? They weren't too bad either, right?
I don't remember without having the invoice in front of me exactly what it cost, but it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah, $300 or something a camera.
Something like that.
It's an investment, John. You can't put a price on that.
Except for when they get stolen.
Reconics came out with a new cell-based camera that is, I guess, unbelievable. But it's got an unbelievable price tag as well.
Yeah. Our only problem, Ryan and I talked about this, is for like marketing stuff, we like the videos to be really good.
Sure.
And like we even have the last time I bought specifically for that. So one, at that point, it was like one of the only 4K cameras out there, but it only records 4K in like very specific situations if the light's perfect. And if it's not, you get this like grainy video, which is fine if you're doing like personal and your farm just to track deer. But for me, for marketing stuff, it was not that great.
Yeah, I've got to say, with my experience with the Cuddy Link so far, they do exactly what I need them to. Is they tell
Right.
me what deers and what area, at what time. But if you want to, be able to say like, oh, look at this incredible picture that I took here, and be able to use it for advertising, marketing purposes, then I tend to stick with my other trail camera pictures that get higher resolution.
Yeah. Are you on the? Do you have a link system at your place? You don't yet, do you?
We have a link system on every one of our farms.
Oh, you do? For some reason, I didn't know that. You just don't have the cell one. They just all link
We do
back.
not have the cell, so I can't
Okay.
say all. But we have it on 3 of our farms right now, and we don't have the cell one just because one of the farms is 5 minutes from my house,
Yeah.
and the other two are so close. Dad or myself or my brother are out there all the time anyway. We're able to check it pretty often. So
Okay. Well, I'll throw that link. I'll throw that link in the podcast notes because what's also kind of cool about that is, and I don't get into it like you guys do, but I know back in the day when we were like hot and heavy and trying to raise trophy deer on a bunch of our farms, half of the problem was checking the cameras. Like my old man wanted us to check them every day, and it's like that's going to screw up.
Defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Driving around, spreading sin.
Yep.
I do know that the clarity on the Cuddy Link system, because I believe they send them back to your email or my email, as you guys are way more tech savvy than me. I think it's called a thumbnail
Okay.
format.
Yeah.
So this does store. They still run off of SD cards. So each camera has an SD card, and when it transfers it in a thumbnail, it's the clarity and the brilliance of that picture isn't the same.
But if you want it, you can go
pull
get
it
it.
from the camera from that card.
Right.
It's unreal.
that's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
The resolution, the quality of the picture is going to be a lot better in the actual SD card that's in each camera.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll put some of that stuff in the notes. But what else? I know this month we just got slammed with rain, but July's been kind of crazy. But June, what kind of maintaining, um, fertilizing, spraying plots, getting any stand stuff yet? Or are you gonna wait till it cools off for that?
I did a lot of mine in February, so
Yeah.
I short of getting all the bugs out of the blinds, which I did come up with a new deal. This maybe it's new to me, maybe not to some of the viewers, but is a product called Hot Shot, and it's a thing that you hang in your blinds, and so it kills all the bugs in there. It keeps
Good.
them out of there. Yes. Now
Dude.
you got to go sweep them off the floor
Mhm.
at the beginning of the season, but instead of October 1st, and you happen to go sit on a food plot in a tower blind and having a million flies in there, they're all dead on the floor.
Nice.
And you
I'll
buy
have to
that
check
at,
that out.
at Being a
I've
Hard
always
Leader.
just I've always
just
just heard
got
that medicated cow ear
cattle
tag
tags.
way
Yeah.
to do.
What's that?
Using like a medicated ear tag for cows is what I've always heard is the right way to go for that.
What?
Yeah.
Hot shot. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be. I don't know what's in a medicated ear tag for a cow. I just know I didn't want to sit there next to one. So this is a little bit more safe. So
Maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Well, send me the link to that. I'll put that in the notes as well. I thought you bought some. Did you guys not get some more tower blinds?
I did not get any this year.
Okay.
I didn't have any reason for any this year.
Okay.
So
All right. Matt, no moving any stands around?
You know what? Like Ryan said, we did most of that in February. If I'm checking on any stands right now, it's because I'm working with a purpose. I'm clearing a trail off, or going and doing something, and I happen to go by a stand, or if I'm putting a camera up with our Cuddy Link system. If I'm going by a stand, I'll definitely check it out, make sure that it's sturdy and ready to go. But otherwise, all my stand work is complete.
Yeah. Well, you say that. Wait till you get your trail cam pictures back and the deer has moved on you. You ever do some relocating when that happens?
oh yeah.
If I get if I'm getting pictures that show me a deer's bedding in an area other than stand locations, I'll definitely go in and put a hang on in somewhere and be ready to go after him. I'll set up some cameras strategically in that area too, just to make sure that I can target in an area where I won't invade his his zone, but I can still get close enough to him to where I'll put myself in a good spot come October.
Right. When will you know that? Like, I know that. When will you be able to identify that? Hey, that's the deer that I was looking at last year, and start moving stuff around. Is that end of July or August? When's
We're
that?
coming into it right now. I mean, it depends. Every deer is different on when they started their antler growth. But there's a couple deer that I've already identified from last year
Really?
already.
Okay.
And
For sure.
and I would say in the next, what are we, 15th, 16th of July? I'd say in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're definitely going to know if that was a deer from last year.
Okay.
Absolutely. And at
So
that point
next,
too, they're getting really consistent with their pattern on feeding, through August and into September, and you can really kind of know what you need to have for a plan of attack as you get closer to the season.
okay, cool. So that means July, August, we'll have some maybe reports on what deer made it through that you're after, and
Hopefully.
and hopefully, yeah. And if you need to move some stuff around to whatever, have a better chance at them.
Yeah, let's just hope we keep getting the rain because there's already been a few reports of EHV. So
Oh, really? Jeez. Well, last night's rain should have
it helped.
helped that for a while.
We found a dead doe down by the creek just the other day. I smelled it and went down there. I don't think it's EHD. I actually think, from what we can tell, it looks like it was a late birth, because I found a set of small legs, coming out of the carcass there. We think that she was giving birth to a really big fawn here in the last couple of weeks, and just had some complications.
Oh,
so,
man.
yeah. But yeah, it sucks to find them that way. But we're pretty confident that it wasn't EHD related, so that's a sigh of relief.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're just over 15 minutes. Anything that we didn't talk about that you guys want to go over, whitetail related?
No, it's just we're coming into crunch time now.
Yeah.
If you're
Before we
listening,
know it.
to this now before we get to the July podcast, I'd say get working on getting your trail cameras out now, because the growth is starting to happen on these deer.
Yep. Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up. Hopefully, we'll come back at you with another one in 2 or 3 weeks. We won't be too late, but who knows, man? It's kind of the middle of crunch season. So, thanks for listening, Matt Ryan. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys shortly.